What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Double A Hef here with another dose of the True Scope. So, this video here is about to be about uh what Kanye said on the Nori podcast a couple days ago. I'm gonna try to keep this one short because uh I'm actually just gonna focus on one thing that he said and then what this dude has to say about it, basically. So please do me a favor before we even get into this. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's start this video up because this is kind of um, emblematic of many of the things that I speak about on this channel, especially as it pertains to the mindset of quote unquote black people, mainly quote unquote black males, like this brother here. Now, keep in mind that this video is from the Roland Martin page, right? So this brother, I don't know who he is, right? But in the bottom right of the screen, what do you see? You see a black fist, right? Now, many of y'all might be like, oh, yeah, that's the black power fist, yada, yada. Listen, no. That is not what that is. That is not what that is. That is the fist for Marxism. That's what that is. Okay? Quote unquote, black people have been used and manipulated for so long, to the point where things such as that fist, quote unquote, mean something different to black people, but it doesn't. And any communist, any Marxist, they see that quote unquote black power fist, and they know that whoever is, brandishing it or what have you, is down with the get down, whether they're fully aware of what the get down is or not, but they're down, and they're going to be complicit because they've already been trained in the ways of Marxism. They've already been basically set up to accept the victim mentality, because in a nutshell, right? In a very like boiled down way, Marxism is basically about, hey, you're a lesser class. So what Marxism has done is basically convince black people that you are the lesser class. There's nothing that you can ever do about it. There's nothing that you can do about it besides overthrow the government. That's the only way that you can ever not be such. And that's just not true. That's just not true. So again, that's very brief. If you haven't read the Communist Manifesto, obviously, read it. You know what I mean? It should be in everyone's library, and not for the fact of the matter of like, hey, I'm reading it and then I'm actually going to go out and practice this shit. But no, it's good to read the playbook of the enemy. And don't get me wrong. In the past, like during my college years, and immediately after my college years, I was, definitely what many would consider left leaning, even fucking borderline Marxist communist. You know what I mean? So, but I wasn't like, going out like, oh yeah, I'm a Marxist, all that. No, I didn't know. No, I just thought that I was going, quote unquote, with the culture, as you see right next to the fist, the culture. I just assumed that was the culture, which it is, but obviously it's not a real culture. So, I took it all, I embodied it, even to my detriment, like many quote unquote blacks are doing today. And that's another reason why I make these videos. Again, I don't come from a perspective of like, hey, you know what I mean? I'm as clean as a whistle. Like I'm just looking down. Like, no, I can say these things because I went through it. You know what I mean? I studied political science. I've helped out on many different campaigns for quote unquote Democrats. Or Democrats, whatever you want to call them. I've been in the political sphere. All right, that was a huge aspiration of mine. A huge aspiration of mine. I wanted to go and work in the Senate. That was my goals. That was my goals. It feels like a long time ago. I thought that was the best way that I could help people. But what I've found out is that, one, that's just incorrect. I'm helping people by making these videos, and that's why I have such a great passion for it. I could be a speaker to the people, of the people, for the people, from my home. Through this screen that you're listening to my voice, and hundreds of other people are listening or will listen. So I don't have to go out there and put my name on a ballot. You know, that's I don't have to do all that. You know, that's just extra, and that's when people start to get away from what they truly want to do. You know, like for instance, because no one voted for me or nothing like that, I get to put the message out that I want, which in this case is my perspective. All right. I'm not swayed by anybody. There's no one that, you know, when I'm done making my videos and I'm editing them, there's no one that says, "Hey, yo, no, you gotta take that out. No, you gotta put this in." No, none of that. No. You know, I do what the hell I want. You know, I have full 100% creative control. All right. But anyway, let's get to this video. I just wanted to point out those things, like, you know, like hashtag the culture. Again, like if I was to ask this dude right here, right, what is the culture? What answer do you think he would give me? You know, do you think it would be like a real substantive answer, or do you think it'd be some nigga nonsense? I'm willing to bet it'll be some nigga nonsense that'll come out as flying out of his goddamn mouth. And again, not to, you know, put the brother down or nothing like that. It's just, you know, the indoctrination level is just so high. But let's get this started.
Let's talk Kanye West. This is what he said. I can't even. I'm not happy with him. I'm not happy with him.
Well, to be honest with you, brother, who the hell cares if you're happy with him or not? That's another man. That's not your son. It's not your father. Who the hell cares if you're happy with him? You know, you sound like a woman. And again, I'm not trying to throw out, you know, attacks, but that's what women sound like. And I'm just calling like I see it. You sound like a woman.
And I'm asking this question, folks: how far should free speech go?
Wow. Oh, man, my man said what, like 3 sentences, and that's the third one. Let me rewind this back. This brother just said,
I'm happy with him. I'm not happy with him. And I'm asking this question, folks: how far should free speech go?
All right, so that's an attack on civil rights and liberties right there. This guy is asking, or you know, the question: how far should free speech go? Because clearly he wants to limit it, and that is something that I'm not for. That's something that no one should be for. No real man should be for. And he's asking because what he's going to imply is that what Kanye has said and what others say go too far. But at the end of the day, I'll answer your question. Free speech should go this far, as long as you're not speaking libel on someone's name or wrongly defaming someone's character, i.e., they didn't do such and such, but yet you go out on social media platforms or even like, you know, on the news or whatever. You know, you're putting this message out there that such and such did all this stuff to defame their character and possibly wreck their livelihood. Yeah, that's when free speech there's a line. Or, you know, actually to break it down even simpler than that, this is where free speech ends, where the next person's rights begin. You know, so hey, yeah, you have the right to think and say what the hell you want, but again, as long as you're not like encroaching on anyone else's rights and liberties by the words that you're saying, then that's fine. But the second that you do, again, like in cases of libel or like wrongful defamation of character, where now you're affecting this person's livelihood potentially and way to make money, then yeah, that's an issue. But if that's not the case, then no, that is totally fine. You know, that's totally fine. But also keep in mind that him trying to limit freedom of speech is a play straight from the Communist Manifesto, from communism. All right. I know a lot of people are gonna watch this and like, yeah, you know, how far should it go? No, man, no, because at the end of the day, it will not benefit you to lose that right. It will not benefit you. It'll only hurt you.
This is what Kanye or Ye said about George Floyd when he was on Drink Champs with Noriega over the weekend, that aired over the weekend. Take a look, folks. He said, quote, "I watched the George Floyd documentary that Candace Owens put out. One of the things that his two roommates said was they want a tall guy like me, and the day that he died, he said a prayer for 8 minutes. They hit him with the fentanyl. If you look, The guy's knee wasn't even on his neck like that.
All right, so that was a transcript of what Kanye said from the interview, if you would, with Noriega. And look, at the end of the day, one, Kanye is entitled to believe what he wants to believe, just like everyone is entitled to believe what the hell they want to believe, right? The medical examiner, I believe it was, said that there was fentanyl in George Floyd's system. Now, it was one thing if that person, that medical examiner, came out and said, no, George Floyd was stone cold sober. There was nothing in his body. That's one thing. If Kanye's like, oh no, they hit him with the fentanyl. It was, some crazy conspiracy, whatever. That's one thing. And even then, I don't think that we should stop him from saying that and believing that. I don't. If he wants to go that far, hey, knock himself out. You know what I mean? But the fact that it is true or correct that he did have fentanyl in his system, I think for anyone to say, hey, the fentanyl played a part in his death, as well as possibly having the knee on his neck, or just from being restrained like that, being on drugs. I know a lot of people. Well, I don't want to say I know a lot of people, but I know a lot of druggies, if you would. They do like a lot. I know a lot of again. I'm saying it sounding weird. Like I know a lot of crackheads. I know a lot of dope heads. I don't. But I've been around them. In my past, so I know that they a lot. Like for instance, a lot of crackheads do dope. A lot of dope heads do crack. Like that's how they get through their day. It's a up and down type of thing. So George Floyd to be on fentanyl, to be going up and down, and then to be restrained like that, I could see that being very overwhelming. You know what I mean? And stuff like that could kind of lead to like a cardiac arrest, kind of like someone that's going through uh, like a phobia or something like that, like a real deep phobia. So again, it's not like he was clear, like, oh no, he's stone cold sober. No, it was in the system. So if you were to ask me, look, yeah, I think if he didn't, if I think if he was stone cold sober, he would be alive today. Not like anyone would give a fuck if he was alive today. Just like no one gave a fuck when he was alive before he died. And I'm not saying that to say like that absolutely no one did. I'm sure somebody out there cared about George Floyd. But let's be real, the majority of people that's out here talking about him, talking on behalf of him and all this stuff, they didn't give a fuck about George Floyd. Excuse my language, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these internet warriors that be all up in my goddamn comments talking all this super liberal, woke bullshit. Y'all niggas didn't give a fuck about George Floyd. There's a George Floyd right now in every hood. There's more than one. There's multiple George Floyds right now in every hood, struggling, doing dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? Making a fool of themselves, making a fool of their fucking family every goddamn day. And excuse my language, but at the end of the day, man, the hypocrisy with these people, that's what really gets to me. Because if you really give a damn about George Floyd, how about you protect or help the George Floyds in all the hoods across the nation? Huh? You thought he was the last one? Yeah, but the way y'all speak, he was the last of the fucking Mohicans. This nigga was the great black hope, the last one, right? No, of course not. Of course not.
Let's bring Bree Fly into it.
Leave me out of this.
Yeah, he should leave your ass out of it because at the end of the day, no one gives a shit about what you got to say. I don't even know you. But to bring a quote unquote liberal black woman into any discourse, and like for what? First of all, you're supposed to be a man, dude. What the hell do you need her to come in and provide? Now I get it. This is some kind of an internet show or something like that. So she's probably part of the show and has to give her 2 cents. But come on, bro.
This is not about making mockery. You know what I'm saying? This is a really about the fact that, bro, you are crossing so many lines right now because of this your whatever mental space that you in.
What lines did he cross? How about you make your points clear, all right, and concise? That way we can all keep up with you. because you're doing a whole bunch of hoe babbling right now. All right, that's what you're doing, my man. All right, you're coming across very hoish. All right, very bitch made, and you know, and I'm not trying to even really go there with the ad hominem attacks, but that's what I'm getting. I call it like I see it.
But you can't even acknowledge the truth, bro. It's hurtful.
Well, actually, I think out of the two of you, that you can't acknowledge the truth. The truth is, George Floyd had fentanyl in his system. Now, if you think that fentanyl played no parts at all in that man's death, then you're the issue. Which basically, I'm making this video to point the fact out that you are the issue.
It's hurtful to all of us.
It's hurtful. It's hurtful. It's hurtful. It's funny. I was gonna say to who, and then he literally right after said to all of us. How the hell is you hurt, man? Again, you sounding like a woman, my man. You sounding like a straight chick right now. It's hurtful to all of us. What's hurting you, bro?
Who saw the video?
Okay, we saw the video, and then after the video, they came out that he had fentanyl in the system, and he was basically he was a drug addict. So none of that has to play into what happened at all. You know what I mean? None of it. Like at the end of the day, Derek Chauvin is locked up and he ain't getting out. At the end of the day, I didn't hear Kanye West, and I didn't hear you read a transcript of Kanye West doing any interview saying, "Oh, Chauvin is wrongfully incarcerated and needs to be freed." You know what I'm saying? I didn't even hear any of that. So what the hell's hurting you?
And the pain.
The pain. The hurt. The pain. Yo, this is why quote unquote black men are like a mockery. Niggas like this. The hurt, the pain. My man, really? Really? You a grown ass man over here. And look, you got this chick on the right just looking at you like, this simp ass nigga. Why am I on this panel with him? Like he literally like a teardrop away. Like he just one teardrop away. The hurt, the pain. My man. Get a grip, bro. Get a grip, son.
Of police terrorizing black men. It's hurtful.
Police terrorizing black men. I just did a video the other day about this. Because Umar said this. He said the genocide on the police genocide on black people or whatever. My man, you might want to look up the word genocide. You might want to look up the word genocide, man. Okay? And like, it's kind of getting old how people always saying, "Oh, police brutality was like off the charts with quote unquote black people, off the charts." It's crazy. It's like it's what's the word? Like not pandemic. It escapes my mind, but it's like a travesty. It's so crazy. It's uncontrollable. It's out of hand. And honestly, look, it's not. It's really not. Now, is there an issue? Yeah. But is it as large as these people want you to believe it is? Not at all. Not even close. Not even close.
And not just hurtful in a sense like, oh man, you shouldn't have said that. Like you got some black men who's up, man. Maybe he was hit with the fentanyl.
Well, first of all, he was hit with the fentanyl. He hit himself with the fentanyl. And that's not even up for speculation. That's according to the medical examiner. So, what are you talking about, my man? How about you do me a favor? How about you get out your damn feelings, all right? And then reach down inside and try to cling on to any semblance of manhood you have left, all right? And try to nurture that. And come back to us, brother. Come back to us. Because you are lost. You are so far gone. Honestly, I don't even think you know what you're talking about. You just on this mic babbling, my man. Babbling. Talking about hurt and pain and police. Listen, when's the last time the police brutalized your ass? Let me know. Let me know.
Bro, that's a common move. That's a tactic, a technique of holding a man down to put their foot on your neck. Then your knee on your neck. Like,
This is what years of being indoctrinated with liberalism gets you. All right. Now, what he's saying, and I've said a lot about what this guy's been saying already, right, for like 20 minutes already. But what he's saying, in all honesty, is not far off from a response I would have had back when I was in college to anything along these lines. Not far off from what I would have said. I guarantee you that. So again, I'm not out here to begrudge these people. Um, they're wrong. They're wrong, but I understand how they're created, especially in the quote unquote black community, especially when you're led by quote unquote black liberal women. You know, that's where they lead you to, straight to your demise. That's where women overall will lead you to your goddamn demise. But especially the quote unquote black liberal woman as it pertains to the quote unquote black male, yeah, nigga, she's taking you right to the slaughterhouse, dude. Right to the slaughterhouse. So, I make these videos to basically put out this nonsense that people like him spew, and also let people know, like, hey, like I've been on that side, man. I've been on that side. But once you understand, like, hey, whoa, you were just fed a whole bunch of nonsense and used as a goddamn pawn for something way larger than you could ever like scale, then you say, you know what? At the end of the day, I have to live for the Most High, because that's my duty, that's my role, that's my job. All right, and all my affirmation comes from that and from within.
I mean, and I'm again. This is not to this. I'm not trying to put you in no crazy position, B. I'm trying to just simply make the point. This dude is going out of bounds. He talking about free speech, free speech, free speech. Look what he said about the free speech thing. Because he's also about to acquire. He's also interested in buying the right-wing social media platform Parler. He's considering buying that. But take a look. Let me say. Let's show this one, Keenan. Ye's net worth is reportedly $2 billion. Let's throw this quote on there, bro. Much of his fortune, thank you. Much of his fortune comes from his Yeezy sneaker brand in partnership with Gap and Adidas. However, Ye severed business ties with Gap recently, and Adidas said it's also reviewing its business relationship with him. JP Morgan Chase also cut ties with the rapper before he said all of this stuff. Parler is one of several right-wing friendly platforms to emerge during the Trump era, as the former president's supporter claimed unfair treatment by Twitter and other apps. We know Ye is off of Twitter, he's off of Instagram. Now he's talking about buying Parler. How far does free speech go?
The fact that you have to ask that question just says a lot about you. All right, it says more about you than anything else. I already laid out how far free speech goes, and then at the end of the day, my dude, who the hell are you to try to limit anyone's speech? Why do you think that Why do you think that your moral compass is just so straight position that you are actually going to be the voice of who the hell gets censored or deplatformed or what have you, huh? What are your qualifications? Clearly, just in this little segment, you have not shown the aptitude to be objective at all. And again, am I out here saying to you, hey, we need to freaking deplatform these people? No. Even though I know the stuff that comes out of your mouth and people like your people like you mouths is literally hurting the quote unquote black community. You do more harm than good. Way more harm than good. Way more harm than good. But am I out here saying, hey, we need to take away their right to speak? No. You can say all that stuff. Honestly, I like the fact that you guys say that stuff, because it makes it easier for people like me to paint the picture of what's actually going on. When I got fools like you out here saying all this crazy nonsense, it doesn't add up, and you're contradicting yourself every other damn sentence. It makes it easy for me to come and create this content. So, you know, I have no issue with what you're saying on that level. I have no issue with what anyone says on any level, as long as, again, it doesn't infringe upon others' rights and civil liberties, you know, and freedoms. They need to be able to make a living.
I want you to speak on that. How far does free speech go, B? Because now you into a space, bro, you don't belong. And I don't care how much you say, oh man, I'm trying to get people to think. I'm trying to get people to think. Because George Floyd's family is considering a lawsuit for the defamation. It's
okay. I would love to see them. I would love to see them try to do a lawsuit for defamation against first and foremost, against the billionaire. Against the billionaire, number one. You know what I mean? So Kanye got money to get the best defense lawyer, right? So that number one, that doesn't make sense for the George Floyd family. And then two, it doesn't stand on anything because, again, the medical examiner said it. Fentanyl was in the system. Anyone with half a brain will be able to say, you know what? I'm sure fentanyl played a part. Even if you don't want to say, you know what, the fentanyl killed him, and then Derek Chauvin, that he was going to die anyway, whether he had a knee on his neck or not. Whatever. The dude had fentanyl in the system. That's not going to up your chances of living.
Been already proven that Chauvin, his knee on brother George Floyd's neck was the cause of his death. It's already been proven. It's been just.
Well, also keep in mind that everyone saw that on video. Everyone knew that Derek Chauvin had to go down for that, right? Everyone knew. There was no way they were going to let that man walk. There's no way they were going to say, you know what? The knee actually didn't really play that big of a part. It was actually, there was no way that was ever going to come out. There would have been uproar. There would have been chaos. All right? So we all knew it wasn't going to go down like that, brother.
That's in court. Now you trying to come up with some dumbass thing talking about I'm fentanyl. These celebrities, man.
Listen, there are certain flat earth moments in the world that happen. You know what I'm saying? There are certain flat earth comments that come out of our mouth, all right? And that make the people be like, what? That doesn't make any sense, all right? But at the end of the day, what I'm not going to participate in, right, is...
Does that thing say handle all the way at the end, at Black Shisas? Oh, the liberal black woman, yo. Oh my God. At Black Jesus. Y'all see that, right?
Is the extraction of 2 minutes out of a 2-hour conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there, you know what I'm saying, is what I don't do with my Black free thinkers. Alrighty. I'm gonna listen to the full, and I'm gonna understand the fullness, you know what I'm saying? And so if there's a 2-minute that I don't agree with, then I'm going to still allow that person to have their 2 minutes that I don't agree with. But chances are there's probably 15 minutes that you do agree with. Focus in on that. And so it's
harder for. Let me tell you why. You know why?
Here's the thing. Because you're...
Yo, I did not see her going here. Yo, wait a second. And my man got tired. He was like, oh, no. Oh, wait. No. Oh, yo, she basically saying, hear people out. And it's okay to disagree. Now, I don't know what her ultimate agenda is, because I have no idea who these people are. And you know what's funny? I was about to cut this video, but this thing just got juicy. I'm about to take it back. Okay.
The fullness, you know what I'm saying? And so if there's a 2-minute that I don't agree with, then I'm going to still allow that person to have their 2 minutes that I don't agree with. But chances are there's probably 15 minutes that you do agree with. Focus in on that. And so
it's harder for. Let me tell you why. You know why?
The thing.
It's hard to because I've always been told I'm a victim. That's why it's hard. I'm a victim. You feel my pain? Come on. That's how this nigga says. It's hard. All I want to do is be a victim and tell people that they holding me down. That's this nigga, man. It's hard. He's talking to his mother and shit. Like his mother came home and said, "How come you didn't do your homework, nigga?" It's hard. What the fuck you mean, nigga? Come on, get off it, nigga. Get off it, bro. Looking like a bitch on this goddamn panel over here talking about it's hard. You should be ashamed of your goddamn self. You got this liberal black woman coming and like actually, I'm surprised she actually spoke some truth right there. And you out here saying it's hard. Nigga, being a man is hard. That's how I know you're not one.
Because people are so used to everyone being in the choir.
Look. When Kanye said that, what he said about Lizzo, black people have an obesity problem. I agree. I'm saying taking Lizzo out of the conversation, black people have an obesity problem in our community. We can't act like that's not a problem, right? I agree. But what Kanye...
Well, first of all, my dude, you saying that like that means something. At the end of the day, bro, no one cares whether or not you agree about his comments about Lizzo. He made the comments about Lizzo because it's easy to see. You get it? It's easy to see. So you don't have to even think about it. Once he said Lizzo and you thought about Lizzo, and, oh yeah, she's too big and there's a lot of black people. Okay, you can't refute that. What the fuck are you going to say? There's no way you can refute that with a straight face. So by you saying this right now, what does that mean, my man? I agree with that. That's like him saying the sky was fucking blue. I agreed with that. What?
Yes, and I said this before. When you got truth mixed with madness.
But see, here's the thing, though. Someone is always able to disagree because, you know what I'm saying, you agree with what he said about Lizzo. But with that, there's probably 500 of your particular fans who are obese, who will feel a way about the fact that you ride with him on that part. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, and that's the part, like, why do we expect to agree 100% with people who we bang with? You know what I'm saying? It's okay for you to bang,
I don't bang with Kanye no more.
Evidently, you...
I don't bang with Kanye no more. I don't bang with. I threw out College Dropout. I ripped all his posters and CDs off the wall. I burned my Yeezys. Oh God. I don't bang, nigga. Yo, this nigga said I don't bang with Kanye no more. Nigga, Kanye never banged with you, bro. Yo, I did not expect this video to be so damn funny, but this, brothers, y'all can't make this up. Y'all cannot make this up. Nigga said, I'll baby Kanye no more. Oh, get a grip, motherfucker. Get a grip.
Do, because still we manage to talk about the person you don't bang with every week.
I know. I'm talking about it because it's news, though.
So the law of attraction part, you know what I'm saying, with everybody.
I mean, look, I don't bang with Trump, but we talk about Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like she said, she just hit on something else too. The law of attraction. You sit here, oh, I don't bang with these people. I don't fuck with these people. Basically, what he's saying, I don't get down with these people. But she's saying, but yeah, you're always talking about them. You know, you're always talking about them, and I'm sure that he's not talking about them in a way where he's like, for instance, when I make videos using people like this guy or using Jesse Lee Peterson or using Umar, you know, I'm pointing out the flawed logic, right? And it's not like I don't bang with Umar. Look, I don't bang with anybody. You know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, I don't bang with anybody, and that's not even a term I really use, bang. But I don't bang with anybody. You know what I'm saying? I have my own life's mission, all right, and I have to do the best that I can to appease the Most High. That's how I'm rolling. You feel me? So you know, when I'm making these videos, it's for when I'm making this content, it's for the nourishment of my people, mainly quote unquote black males, because the men, they already get it. They don't really, you know what I'm saying? These videos probably ain't really doing too much for the men. They already get it. But it's for the males. It's for the people. It's for the dudes that think they men or want to be men. You know what I'm saying? These videos are for them to wake they asses up. My videos is for niggas like the nigga on the left on the screen. For niggas like him. Out here on this platform getting like just making a fool of his damn self.
Gotta talk about stuff like no. Here's the thing. No, here's my take on that. Very quick.
That's how we end up.
No. See, I'm not. Look, you can't.
That's how we
wait a minute. Hold on.
That's how we certify and keep our jobs.
No, wait a minute. No, it's not about that. You can't, and I'm talking about the big picture of conversation, the big picture of communication, right? We can't act as if people don't exist. Like, here's my case in point. When Trump does all the stuff that he do, right? It creates an impact. It gets people talking. It changes minds. It shapes context. If we here, whether it's this platform or some other platform, act as if we could just be like, oh, I don't want to pay attention to them, we're doing ourselves a disservice, because it is moments and opportunities like this that we need to talk about, that we need to either uproot or that we need to cultivate to figure out where we stand. Right?
Well, hey, I get what you're saying, but you have to understand this. First of all, like the sister laid out, no, people for the most part aren't always going to be 100% on everything. That's just not going to happen. So if that's what your expectation is, you're never going to get it. Number one. Number two, like for instance, with Donald Trump, he would say things, and then like you said, it would get people like stirred up and whatever. But if you have an issue with what he said, it's on you to combat it. All right, basically come with your receipts and say, "Whoa, no, this is wrong because of this, that, and that." Like, case closed. You feel me? Not what you did in this episode. Okay, where you come at, you read what Kanye said, and then it's not like you read the medical examiner stuff, because I guarantee you, if the medical examiner said that George Floyd was 100% sober, you would have took the time out to read that shit, but you didn't, probably because you know that there's fentanyl in his damn system. So how are you going to refute something that someone's saying that's basically skepticism? Because we know that it's in the system. Now, do we know what actually killed him? What the actual cause of death was? No, we can only speculate from the video that we've seen and with our limited knowledge. All right? And not just take what the media machine feeds us and run with that like you're doing. So again, you're making it seem like, oh, well, what we're doing is the good work needs to be done. When people step out of line and say some crazy stuff, we got to check it. Hey, I'm all for that. But if you're going to check it, actually check it. Don't just come out and start saying, hey, this, that, and the third, just because you don't like what was said to begin with. No, come with the damn receipts. Because if not, you're just doing a whole bunch of whole babbling, my man. That's what you're doing out here. That's all you're doing. And that's what a lot of quote-unquote black dudes be out here doing. They don't know nothing, but yet they out here trying to talk all this stuff. It's very simple. Come with the facts. All I concern myself is with the facts. That's why I have this channel. That's why I'm so confident in making these videos, because I speak on things based off my perspective, and I only deal with basically facts. I don't really dwell too much into things that I don't know, that I'm unsure about. I need more time to actually like look through the cracks and find out, hey, what's actually going on here. You know what I mean? And some things, I will never be privy to certain information to ever change that. So I'll just stay. It'll just stay where it is. I don't know about this. You know what I'm saying? But for most things, so especially as it pertains to this channel, I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Because these individuals have influence. They still have a platform. They still have some sense of power. So we can't act like, oh, Kanye no longer exists, because guess what? When you start talking about moments in our struggle, we could have, when Kanye said slavery was a choice.
Yeah, and see, clearly you don't get that. You don't get what he was saying when he said that. And he said that years ago, my man. Years ago. But you're not the only one that don't get it. There's still many of y'all out there that didn't get it and don't get it and probably will never get it. But that's a you problem. When Kanye said slavery was a choice, what he's saying is how did when he said it, for all these slaves for 400 years and y'all couldn't stop it? He's saying it literally. and he's saying it figuratively. He's saying that at some point it became more of a mental block than it was physical. At some point, they didn't need to have the slaves caged up all the damn time. They didn't have to have them handcuffed and and then locked up in slave quarters at night. At some point, the plantations didn't have any goddamn fences. At some point, the slaves were quote unquote able to walk about the plantation as needed. So again, it's more of a mental thing. The same mental slavery that we see today. And where that stems from is a dependency. These slaves grew dependent to these slave owners, slave masters, and that was the life that they knew. That's the only life that they knew. They could think about other things, but when it came to actually trying to like go pursue that, they would say, "Hey, you know what? It's not so bad here with massa." And that's the same thing that we see nowadays. The same thing that we see nowadays. When you have people like a Kanye West saying, "Hey, slavery don't exist no more," basically saying, "Hey, ain't no more chains around us. Ain't no more shackles. Ain't nothing stopping us from doing or thinking or saying, and believing. Ain't nothing doing that." That's basically what he's saying. And then y'all take that and be like, "Oh man, he wants to leave the plantation. Why would he want to leave when we have it so good here? Why would he want to leave when we have it so good here?" All right. And that's basically it, y'all. I mean, I don't know where the rest of this video goes, but I know one thing. I'm wrapping this up. You know what I'm saying? But this was a good one. I didn't like I said, I didn't watch this before. So I had no idea it was gonna take that turn. I'm happy it did. Because it was able to shine a light on, this brother's mindset and how you look, when you adopt the same mindset that this guy has. This brother's lost. He's lost. But anyway, y'all, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace.